Even with Sun TV watching for any slip, he was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China.
Was there any interference of any kind?
But Canadians can be reassured that the integrity of our elections was not compromised.
One of the things we've seen, unfortunately, over the past years is a rise in anti-Asian racism linked to the pandemic. Concerns being arisen around people's loyalties.
If you criticize Han Dong, you are a racist.
I think that's wrong.
The Prime Minister not wanting to investigate it is just criminal.
Justin Trudeau has this habit of just using words at random.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at the Toronto constituency office for Liberal MP Han Dong. We're here to send a message to Mr. Dong, and as you can see, we brought our Jumbotron truck with us. Now, folks, if you can please help us out with the expenses, with the rental, the gas, all in, it's about $1,600 or so. If you can go to firedong.com, that's firedong.com, and kick in a couple of bucks, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, the reason why we're here is that Mr. Dong, according to a CSIS whistleblower, he is allegedly one of 11 beneficiaries of Chinese interference in the federal Canadian elections of 2019 and 2021. The interference was so massive that Beijing operatives actually enlisted loyalists to bus in seniors to vote for Dong. And for foreign students from China, they told those young people to vote for Dong too. And if they had an issue with that, well, they were threatened with having their visas revoked. It is unbelievable. In fact, according to media reports, CSIS had actually reached out to Justin Trudeau back in 2019 to say that Mr. Dong was not a good choice of candidates given the Chinese interference, but Mr. Trudeau would have none of it. He said Dong is our man, and sure enough, he is the MP for this riding in North Toronto. Why wouldn't Justin Trudeau go to bat for a candidate backed by Communist China? Do you remember in 2013, before he became Prime Minister, when he announced he had admiration in his heart for the basic dictatorship of China? Don't take my word for it. Let's roll that video of that most infamous quote.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China.
In any event, Mr. Dong has proven to be a great little loyal puppet for his puppet masters back in Beijing. Get a load of this, folks. On 2 separate occasions, Mr. Dong removed himself from the House of Commons in terms of a vote condemning China on its treatment with the Uyghur Muslim minority there. Unbelievable. Now, as for Trudeau's response, well, he's going to get to the bottom of this, folks, which is to say, he's going to find out who the whistleblower at CSIS is. Yeah, he wants to shoot the messenger. He doesn't want to deal with the message. And P.S., if you do dare criticize MP Dong, guess what? According to Justin Trudeau, you are a racist.
One of the things we've seen, unfortunately, over the past years is a rise in anti-Asian racism linked to the pandemic.
This guy, this Prime Minister, playing the race card, a man that has the nickname Blackface McGroper? Give me a break. In any event, we're going to pay that house call to Mr. Dong. We heard that he's closed the office today because there's going to be a demonstration in a couple of hours. And we'll just drive about in his riding and see what people have to say about Mr. Dong. And for that matter, the Trudeau Liberals, especially given these disturbing allegations that China altered our elections.
Whenever you call his office, he's always for help.
Really? His office is locked right now.
Well, if it is locked,
yes.
Well, it's just that That's all wrong propaganda that you guys are putting through all this.
Oh, no, sir.
You just guys want Trudeau to be out.
No, sir, it's not our propaganda. This is based on information from a CSIS whistleblower, Canada's top spy agency.
No, it's not. It's not. I read that every day. Every single day. Oh. I am on the top of the news, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, where's that information coming from?
Well, you get it from CSIS and everywhere.
If that is true, if Communist China interfered with our election to get him elected, should he step down, sir?
I don't know. I don't know much about this.
No?
I don't understand English.
I think he should step down.
Okay, then.
If that's the case.
Hey, guys, what do you think about Han Dong stepping down? The allegation is China interfered with the election.
Well, that's the key word, allegedly.
Yes.
And I think it has to be looked into to see if indeed there was any such interference. And I don't say this only for our country, I say it for any country.
What's your take on why Mr. Dong left the House of Commons at the last minute on two occasions when there was a vote to condemn China regarding the Uyghur Muslims in China? What's happening with them?
Well, I don't know about it, but whatever was happening in that province, in the Muslim province, was not right what China is doing.
There are allegations from CSIS that China interfered with the election to get him elected. Any thoughts? No. Okay. What do you think about our Prime Minister saying, if you criticize Han Dong, you are a racist?
I think that's wrong. Yeah.
Don't you think that's very rich, given that Justin Trudeau himself doesn't know how many times he's donned blackface?
Well, I think that was addressed in the last election of 2019, if I recall. I think he came back with a properly justified answer that people judged him. People judged him at the polls.
So, Olga, what brings you out to this demonstration?
We seem to have a little challenge in our country these days on many fronts. And I just want to go back to the Canada that we moved to when I was a little girl, where I grew up, and it was a beautiful place to grow up, which is being pulled out from under our feet.
Even all these allegations of them funding this MP Han Dong, and the Prime Minister not wanting to investigate it is just criminal.
I'm not surprised with the way things have been going. I mean, he basically really detailed what he had in store for us. It was up to people kind of beyond the words, kind of beyond the interview. Like, he laid all of this out, that this is what's going to happen.
Admiration I actually have for China.
I came here as a refugee. I escaped from
Iran, right?
From Iran. I escaped from a country that we don't have a free and fair election. Okay, I know the lack of freedom. I was tortured. I was in prison, and so. Look at that. You're gonna let the Chinese regime seeking the political influence in Canada?
Well, we have a new scandal every week pretty much right now, but that's a big one. And the problem is that it seems like CSIS and RCMP are doing their job, but the Prime Minister of Canada is stopping them from doing it. And that's a problem. That just means that Justin Trudeau must go, and he must go to jail.
He supports their basic dictatorship, and he supports China. I think he wants to make us like China. I don't see it happening, but it's his dystopian nightmare that he wants to push on us, whether we like it or not.
My friends, as the world turns today, what keeps me occupied is certain regimes' brutality against its own people. As well, their network of spies that they have unleashed across the West.
Is he that naive? Or is he doing this knowingly? And I don't think in today's world anyone can be naive enough not to understand the agendas of entities like the Muslim Brotherhood, the IRGC, and the communist regime of China.
What do we have to do to correct this ship?
I believe it's going to be down to us, the people, who have to stand together and be open to communicating with each other. We cannot allow ourselves to buy into the divisiveness that this government is trying to cause.
It's crazy, it's disgusting, and it's beyond words, and that's kind of why we're here today, to try and raise awareness and try and show as many people that might not realize what's actually going on right in front of this man's office.
How you can call this crowd racist? Knowing what is going on in Canadian politics is the right for the people. You know that we chanted today. We are the people. We got the power, okay?
Well, this is probably scandal within a scandal. It's a big problem when the Prime Minister seems to be compromised to the degree that he's going after his own Secret Service and not against a foreign superpower who infiltrated his country. So.
When you have a weak and ineffective leader in power, like young Mr. Trudeau, other regimes and entities like the Muslim Brotherhood, the IRGC of Iran, and the Chinese Communist Party take full advantage of the leader's cowardice, his inability to make a strong decision, and his stupidity.
One has to be brave enough to speak the truth and stand up for the truth. And if Canada is a country that we love, which of course I do, then let's do something to show our love for Canada, and that is to fight for our freedoms.
Folks, it's absolutely outrageous. Communist China allegedly interfering with our elections, getting Liberal MPs elected, and causing Conservative MPs to lose their seats. Unbelievable. We're spreading the word about this injustice. If you can help us out with our expenses, please go to firedong.com. That's firedong.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.